Hello, everybody, and
Yo,
welcome
what the
back.
fuck?
God damn.
Post Malone's got like a flamethrower in this video.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not kidding.
Hey guys. I love this one.
Could that be the cold open?
No, sure. Well, hey, welcome everybody to the Indieheads podcast. I'm your host, Matty, at MotorVNPrince on Twitter. On this week's podcast, we have
Post
Jeremiah.
Malone with a flamethrower. Find me on Twitter at JeroDweebKing.
Hey, I'm Alex, I guess. I'm at OrangeMorange on Twitter.
I'm Willie, at _Earthrise. It's like the third episode I've been on in a month. I'm just immediately saturating the market after my 6 months.
I mean, at this point, you are now officially the new co-host of the Indieheads podcast. Once you're on 3 episodes in a row, you've reached that point.
Sweet.
But once you're off an episode, you're down the totem pole again. You know, like that's how it works. Like you do a few
It's
episodes
like
in a row,
World
and
of
then
Warcraft rating. If you're not there for one raid night, oh buddy,
you're down the totem pole.
got
Exactly.
bad news for you.
You de-rank. This is how this stuff works. But hey, we're a couple days. We actually did this podcast within a week of our last one, which is a big accomplishment. I'm very proud of us all for doing this. We were supposed to
It's going to be
do
a real podcast this summer, I promise.
We will again. We got some content planned. And actually, speaking of content, we don't have much news this week because we already did an episode a couple days ago. So we're just gonna do 2 little quickies before we get into our main topic tonight. The first one is that, hey, your boy got some press passes for Pitchfork Music Festival on behalf of the subreddit. So I don't know what content we're gonna do, but content on the way. Hopefully, I can score up some AMA, score up some interviews. There's one that I want to get personally. Paul Cherry is my personal one to get because he's. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna say this already. If you're going to Pitchfork Fest this year, hey, don't miss Paul Cherry. He's real good. He's got a good record. He's good.
I only want to talk to one person, and by talk to, I mean punch in the face, and that's Ian Cohen.
He's probably not gonna be there this year. If he is,
Damn it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's just like he wasn't there last year. I don't think he was there in 2016, but this year, I mean, we'll see. There might be enough bands that he might be convinced to come out. But Ian Cohen, if you're listening, we're gonna beat you up. We're gonna gang beat you.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna do it. Well, no, Japan Droids are gonna be there.
Oh
so
yeah.
He has to be there.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be there for Japan Droids.
Yeah, and so I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to mosh with him aggressively.
Should I try to get him on the podcast as a part of like Pitchfork coverage? I feel like it's possible.
If
pretty
he's
great.
there.
Let's kidnap him and
like,
take
yeah,
him
why
to the
not?
Airbnb.
I mean,
And force him to film our what's in our bags.
oh my god.
Like
Okay.
you did to me last year.
Okay. Second little bit of announcement / news. Our boy Pat. He is in the current Indieheads Battle of the Bands. Go vote for him. I think he won the first round that he was in, and so I think they'll probably start getting to like the quarterfinals or semifinals or whatever the fuck the ranking is. I don't run it, but you know, I'm a moderator. I should know these things. But go vote for Pat. Go vote for Kid Combo in the Battle of the Bands. But yeah, with that said, let us get into the main topic, which is the Billboard podcast. We're gonna be talking about. We're talking about the Billboard Top 10 and other songs within the Billboard Hot 100. And before we get into the top 10, we're actually going to talk about last week's top 10, as we were supposed to do this episode on Monday, and then stuff fell through. And this song was number 10 on Monday, and then on now, as we're recording this on Wednesday, June 6th, this is now sitting, sadly, at number 51. But hey, we're going to talk about it anyways, because some of us, Lily, apparently invested too much time into listening to this song, and so we need to talk about it. So let us talk about BTS Fake Love. And
Okay. Before we start, does anybody want to admit if they listen to K-pop?
No,
Like,
I don't.
Okay, do we have... I might be the only person here who actually listens to K-pop, and I have to admit that I actually didn't listen to this song. So that's all I have to say.
Okay.
That's reasonable.
Jesus Christ.
Meanwhile, if this song were by Red Velvet, I would be like, kill all humans, inject this into my bloodstream. Anyways, continue.
Lily, what are your thoughts on Fake Love?
Actually, like, this is my first real exposure to K-pop outside of, like, I think Girls' Generation was basically it. I had, like, a tiny K-pop unit in pop music class I did last year. It's a good song. I was, like, pleasantly surprised by this song. It's interesting, which is more than I can say for the rest of this list. I will also put in the caveat that, like, I was not insistent on talking about this song so much as I was insistent on not talking about another artist in the top 10 right now. I don't know, it's good.
We'll
like,
still
it juggles.
achieve it.
Yeah. It juggles, like, 7 members surprisingly fluidly, which also, I was doing some research into the band. I want to pour one out for the 3 members of BTS who do not have their own Wikipedia pages.
Yo, rest in peace.
Those poor guys in the back row.
That's brutal. They're the biggest band in the world. Oh, man.
Yeah. You would think, given, like, the rabid fandom they have, that all 7 of them would get it. But, you know, maybe K-pop fans aren't on Wikipedia that much. Who knows? I don't know. At any rate, this song got stuck in my head real hard, and I listened to it more times than I probably should have, which makes me scared of the rest of K-pop, because, like, it seems like it's just musical opium. Like, you're just in and there's no going back, and I refuse to open that Pandora's box.
Before you say you refuse to open that Pandora's box, in response to that, I'm going to go ahead and find a song for you to listen to. On your free time, of course.
Oh no.
I'm not saying this because I don't think K-pop is good. I'm saying it because I probably will think it's too good, because that's already kind of what happened with this song. Also, the music video is kind of addictive. It's so extra. It's amazing. Like, they're dancing in front of the Cruel Winter cover at the beginning. There's also, it took me until today to notice this, of like a half dozen watches of this music video. There's multiple shots of just like a guy singing on top of a pile of Snickers bars.
Wait, what?
Which I
So
do not-
iconic.
Wait, what?
Yes. He's like in a room, and it's like this destroyed bedroom, but like the floor is just like a 3-inch layer of Snickers bars that he's
I guess
singing on top
Snickers
of.
was Snickers the concept.
I don't
I don't think
That
Snickers
their
was the
concept
concept.
probably-
I don't even know
it's
if that
prob-
was like the product placement.
It's gotta be product placement. Otherwise, like,
It's the strangest product placement I've ever seen then.
Jesus Christ.
They
But
also have like more outfit changes than all of Beychella, which is impressive.
I mean, at
Just
least
did a different outfit every
I mean,
shot.
I mean, well, the thing is with that is like, well, the thing is, Beach Out, like that was live, like that. Those are outfit changes live, and these are like you have time, it's filmed, but still, I guess.
Aware, but I thought of the joke this afternoon and I enjoyed it.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Is proper fact checking my bits.
Are you singing Red Velvet, Jeremiah? Yep, he is. He is. Okay, Jeremiah.
Sorry.
Okay,
I clicked play on the video against my best knowledge.
okay, Jesus
Against my
Christ.
best wisdom. All right, let's move on.
Wait,
Yeah.
no. Very
Because we're
quick-
not done with talking about BTS. All right, I'm gonna mute my mic.
I'm sorry. I just want to get some quick thoughts on this. Lily is correct in that this is musical opium, but also it is this song. As someone who's never really listened to K-pop, it's very interesting in how much it tries to meld like all these different like pop styles. Like it tries to meld like hip hop and like traditional pop and R&B and like
Yeah, those are the 3 major genres in K-pop right now. Most groups have a resident rapper,
and the rapping in this is actually not that. It's
and it's pretty sweet. Yeah,
it's
I
nice.
prefer bands without rappers. I prefer like the more pure R&B or pop ones, like Red Velvet. But but no, I mean they're doing some really radical stuff over in Korea, and a lot of it is like highly, obviously it's like very deeply ingrained in their entire like pop culture system, like all the way top to bottom. Like K-pop idols are everywhere. Like they act in the TV shows. They're every single like game show there's always a K-pop idol on it, because otherwise why the fuck would you want to watch a game show without a K-pop idol on it? Can we talk about the season of We Got Married with Joy and whatever the dude's name was? Anyways.
Jesus Christ. Okay, this is
No,
something.
but
Jeremiah,
K-pop is good, and their writing is awesome. And it's such like an industrial like machine that just it's like, you know what it is? Here's what it is. You remember those Play-Doh things where you put the Play-Doh in and then you twist it and it starts to come out of the little things like a star?
Yes.
That's what K-pop is.
Oh, that's
Just
okay.
Churning it out, brother.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Oh,
but
that's
that,
good though.
that is really
Yeah.
apt. Jesus Christ.
Hey,
Hey, Alex.
hey,
Hey.
hey.
No.
Hey.
We've forgotten something very, very, very important.
What do we do?
This is the Young King Dave Memorial Billboard podcast.
Oh, God damn
yo,
it.
may he rest in peace.
Oh, God.
Um,
Man, yeah, rest in...
As some of you may know, in the past month, we have lost one of the great stars of our generation, Young King Dave, who has made this podcast what it is. And yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's legitimately really sad. Here's someone who brought, in a very quick amount of time, brought a lot of joy to a lot of people, whether it be in real life or online. Like, it's tragic. Like,
He was a really funny dude.
fucking again created two of the most iconic videos of the past couple years online. One which quoting made me break down into tears on this very podcast. The last time we did a Billboard podcast, I think. And then obviously
he single-handedly made the Billboard cast great again. And yeah.
And also Doinks and Amish. Big Doinks. Again, I mean, Doinks is gonna be in the cultural lexicon forever. Like it's fucking nice out. Like, all this stuff, it's gonna be with internet culture. It's very ingrained, and it made a deep impact. And if I can find it, it's probably at this point probably shut down. But there was a GoFundMe that came out.
I am on it right now, and they surpassed their goal.
Hell yeah!
The goal was $10,000. They raised $10,840.
Hell yeah! Shuts out.
Which is sweet.
Again,
God bless him.
Rest in peace, Young King Dave. We love you. We miss you, and we're gonna smoke some Doinks and Amish in your honor, you young king. But let's now get into the list proper. The top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100, and coming in at number 10, and we're starting off on a very strong note, possibly the strongest note, honestly. The new Ariana Grande single, "No Tears Left to Cry." And,
all right, hold on. Let me whip up a reaction sound for this song, because I just listened to it for the first time a little while ago, and I was mesmerized. Mario Kart. Let's do Birdo, please. Yeah, it's pretty much me the whole time I was listening to it. Yo, that song slammed! What? I mean, we all knew that Ariana Grande was a queen. Have you guys listened to her Christmas album? Hello? What? Anyways, the song is great.
Listening to it just makes me feel absolutely totally good. It's just fun. It's dancey
It makes me
and
feel like
bouncy.
an idea
I
that
feel
pop
funky.
music is possible.
I feel like a real bad bitch listening to this song is what I'll say. Is that good? Is it? Leave a comment on what you think about that comment. But no, this is really good.
My comment is that the song is racist and sexist, and that it was really raised on chatboard internet forums.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, this is already going off the rails. Oh, boy. we went off the rails as soon as Jeremiah brought Red Velvet, honestly. As soon as I guess. But
We haven't
anyways,
even started talking about the new, oh shit, what's his name? Father John Misty.
Well, we're not. Well, no, that's the next episode. We'll talk about that in the next episode. This is purely Billboard podcast.
Okay.
But anyways, this song is good. I didn't know what to think of it at first because like it starts off like kind of like a ballad, and you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
and then it just like
First time I listened to it, the intro stuck out to me as really awful, but I listened to it immediately again afterwards, and it works. It's just good.
because it goes from like this like weird ballad to like this like really awesome kind of electronic dance song. Like a really nice beat, and Ariana Grande, as usual, is a really great vocalist. Who it's been really interesting to see her evolution over the years. Like it's very obvious that she's a lot more confident in her voice on this song compared to like whatever she was putting out like 5 years ago.
She's got these little flourishes all over the track that like normally would irk me and feel kind of showy, but they just fit in because she's so like she just like genuinely sounds like she feels it, and it just feels like natural and good.
Again,
I wish I liked it more.
Aww.
Oh no.
I know, I'm the bomber for this one. It's weird, like, I respect it a lot. I just don't enjoy it that much. Like, I think the thing is, like, Ariana Grande is like a Category 5 belter. Like, she was made in the belt factory, which she's meant to do. And this just, like, it's a nice, sophisticated, like, smooth instrumental. And it's weird that I respect both her vocal performance and the instrumental, but I don't feel like they go well together. I want my Ariana with more oomph. Like, my personal, like, ideal flavor of her is just, like, I want, like, minimum 50% Calvin Harris noises across the whole song. Like, that's her ideal environment. And it's just, I don't know, the softness of it doesn't, like, suit the quality of her voice for me. It's just, I feel like you can't make her lower the ponytail for this. It's just, I wanted a bigger impact from the lead up to this song. And it's cool. Like, it's not bad. It just doesn't hit the spot for me.
I mean, she released Into You. It's hard to top Into You.
Exactly. I feel like that's my preferred lane for her to be in. Although I do respect that she's trying to be in another one now.
This is honestly the first Ariana Grande song that I've listened to that I've really liked. I don't know. I haven't been into it. Can we talk about how this song is, like, most definitely about breaking up with Mac Miller?
It's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of gotta be. And I mean, again,
That
also,
part... Sorry, you
No,
go first, Matty.
I was gonna say, like, because I mean, I think a few weeks ago, a fan was like, "Oh, yada yada yada," you're the reason behind, like, Mac Miller breaking down because he got a DUI recently, and Ariana, like, shut this person the fuck down. Like, when you get the Notes app out, like, that's when you know it's real. Okay, like that's real shit. And I think Ariana Grande, I mean, also with the whole Manchester thing, like she's someone that, like, if I had a daughter, or if my daughter was listening to Ariana Grande, I'd be like, Chief, you're doing good.
No amount of time we could allot to you would give me, like, a satisfying explanation as to what that was.
Let's just get to number 9. Let's just get to number 9.
Alright, wait.
Speaking of accents.
Wait.
So the song is called Meant to Be, and it's by BB Rexa and Florida Georgia Line.
Okay, so I haven't heard this song, but I really want to, like, try and review it based on, like, the artist title alone. Alright? So BB Rexa sounds like she must be some sort of, like, newfangled Dua Lipa, like, and Florida Georgia Line, aren't they country bro guys?
Yes.
And the song is called Meant to Be, so that's all. I don't understand.
It is.
I just don't.
Okay.
Like, Jeremiah,
So-
like you.
so-
So, okay, Alex.
It's the song to me.
I kind of I don't know. I think that's actually a fair review because to me, there's so much going on here on this song, but there's this like dark energy emanating from it that keeps me that keeps me from being able to express anything at all about it, and just like there's something seriously wrong here, folks, and it keeps me up at night.
The first thing, like my first observation was that it's a Florida Georgia Line song. Like she's barely in it. She takes a minute to show up.
Yeah, it's a Florida line. It's a Florida Georgia Line song. Here's the thing with Baby Rexha. She's kind of been like this sort of behind the scenes person for a couple of years. I mean, like sort of like she's been bubbling, like she doing some features here and there. She did a feature on like a David Guetta track that was a decent hit. Like it was like her, Nicki Minaj, and someone else. But like she's never been able to fully like kind of break through like on her own. And this is sort of the first one, but it's again still it's like, well, you did but you didn't, because it's a Florida Georgia Line song through and through. And she's only the top artist mainly just I don't know why.
I think entirely for promotional reasons. I think like she wasn't sticking in any other markets. They were like, okay, put her on a Florida Georgia Line song so she can have a country hit for an ungodly amount of weeks.
I mean, I think this is again for a song that we'll talk about later. It's interesting because it seems like again Baby Rexha and the artist we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. Well, not really minutes. Coming up is again they sort of flip flopped in terms of markets, but. This song is bad. It's fucking again, Alex, dark energy. I don't like it. It's
so I've heard this song like 5 to 10 times because I've been listening to Time Crisis a lot lately, Ezra Koenig's Beats One radio show. And at the end of every episode, they do like kind of a mini Billboard cast, but they also like compare it. So they do the top 5 and they compare it to like some random year from the 70s or 80s or whatever. And just it's been on the chart for 32 fucking weeks.
Yeah.
And it's starting to get kind of funny because they'll reach this song and they'll just be baffled and not know what to say about it anymore.
It's like that podcast where the guys watch Grown Ups 2 every week for a whole year.
What can you give me more info on that?
It's like these two, I think either British or Australian guys, they started a podcast, and they watched Grown Ups 2 every week for a year. And they basically kind of go insane in the process of doing this podcast. As you would.
That's really great.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a God Bless America from me, dog. That's great.
But okay, the song is bad. There's not much more to say, and next one we go. I want to start this one off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a lot to say. Number 8, LMI Boot Up is number 8, and when we were doing research for this podcast, aka listening to the top 10, I was like, "What is this song?" I literally have never heard this song whatsoever, or who this artist is, because at least with the top 10, for the most part. If I haven't heard the song, I have at least heard the artist, or if I haven't heard the artist, I have heard the song. It's a mix. But this was like, I literally have no idea who this is. And I listened to it, and first listen, it's like, okay, it's not bad, I guess. I don't know. And then listening to it over and over again, it's just like, this is a fucking terrible song. Like, why is this so high on the charts? Like, who is this girl? And I did a little bit of research for this podcast, and it always, again, this runs deep. Like, my hatred for this song, it runs deep. Because guess who produced this song? DJ fucking Mustard.
Whoa.
What?
Weird.
This artist, LMI, she's signed to his label. And that's why the song's, again, kind of getting buzz, I guess. Because, essentially, it's like, sort of like some industry plant type shit. But not fully industry plant. But if you guys don't already know, what I think it was either 2014 or 2013. There was a year, like 2013 or 2014, where DJ Mustard just dominated the charts. Like, there were so many songs in the Hot 100 that were produced by him, and the peak of my hate for him at that period came when he basically produced all of YG's My Crazy Life, which is an album that I still hate to this day. Like, the opinions have reversed on YG since then. You know, people like him more now. FDT obviously is
very good song.
It was the only good Donald Trump diss track of like that entire election season, which is ridiculous.
There's like kind of a distinct wholesomeness to it. Like, I don't know, just like when I hear YG say lines like, I don't like you, I feel a unique, like, peace. I don't know.
Because I think the reason why that song is so good is that there's no bullshitting about it. You know, there's no like there's no like woke.
There's no grandstanding.
Exactly. There's no like.
It's just fuck you, dude.
Exactly. There's no like faux wokeness about it. It's just like straight up like, you suck and I hate you, and it's really earnest. You know, it's like, wasn't there a line about like, hey, I like white people, but I don't like you, or something like that. But anyways, hey,
I think so.
Anyways, LMI, boot up. Again, DJ Mustard, I fucking hate him. His production is lifeless, it's boring, all of it sounds the fucking same, pretty much. Which is, again, I knew there was some, again, the first time I listened, I knew there was just something like, I can't put my finger on it, but I just do not like the song, and then figuring out that DJ Mustard had a hand in making it was like, oh, like, yeah, there we go. That's the Da Vinci Code of why this song is terrible.
At first, I kind of liked the like 90s R&B throwback of the beat. I slowly realized that I just liked the concept of a 90s R&B throwback beat being in the top 10, and that this beat was in fact awful and just terribly boring and does so little throughout the entire song.
Yeah, it is. What's going on, Jeremiah?
What happened?
I thought you said something. I think like you're about to say like bring me up to speed.
I said, can we? I was gonna say, can we talk about how fucking brutally awful the outro is?
Oh my god. Okay, I was gonna mention it. Oh my god. Like,
whoa, I don't even think I've like processed that the outro exists. I tune out of the song by then. What's going on there?
There is like this like sort of. Hang on, I'm gonna pull it up. It's like a spoken.
The whole song is like terribly fake deep, but like it just feels like she's putting a stake through my heart with that outro.
It's like
the song is also like blatantly focus grouped. It's very strange, like marketing towards millennials. Like the first three lines mention like feelings, like anxiety, and then something else. Like it's basically just like the kids these days love mental illness. Let's give them what they want. It's very, very odd.
Okay, this is such a crazy feeling. Like, I don't want to get too attached, but I feel like I already am. My mind's telling me one thing, but I guess I should listen to my heart, right? And then the song ends. There's not like another chorus. Like, usually if you do that shit, like the whole spoken word stuff, usually there's at least like one more chorus and then the song ends.
Yeah, it's like a bridge.
But the song just ends after that like bad outro, and like I have never.
It wouldn't have been excusable as a bridge either, though.
No, it would have been bad, but at least it would have been like, you know, the blow would have been softened. Okay, like,
you know, it's a great spoken word bridge. Actually, there are two of them, but I was specifically thinking about the Falafel Shop bridge on Modern Vampires of the City.
I was just listening to that album the other day. It's 5 years old.
It's so good.
Anyways, yeah, so the girl, she fell in love with the guy at the falafel shop. Why the fuck not, coward?
What was the second one, Alex?
Oh, he talks about,
well, no,
like,
no.
It's got the line, the lines, my heart swooned.
When I softly heard the sound of you
Yeah,
spinning
of you spinning
Israelites,
Israelites into
19th
19th nervous
which I don't
breakdown.
understand what that means.
They're songs,
I mean, I know it's
but like it's about kind of losing your religion, and Ezra's Jewish, and it's just about having a crisis about that. It was just
a
like
time crisis.
kind of a moment of like perfect irony, I
Wow.
guess. I don't know.
Just
Going back to Boot Up, I have listened to this song 5 times this week, and swear to God, I've never noticed that outro before.
I literally forgot what it sounded like. I was in my car on the way home from work, and I was like, okay, we're doing this podcast tonight. Okay, what does Boot Up sound like? And I could not remember it. It's like, okay,
I can barely
there's
remember what
so
Boot Up
much,
sounds like.
Like, here's the thing, LMI, like, I have never seen anyone mention her or this song on Twitter. Like, usually, like, you at least you hear about these things. They go through the grapevine. You know who Post Malone is. You know Drake is obviously, the middle. I hear on the radio all the time. Gambino is obviously Gambino. Little Baby, wah wah wah. We'll discuss that soon. But this I've never heard on the radio. I've never seen anyone talk about this song. I haven't seen it recommended to me on YouTube at all. It's just like it's a total anomaly. I said that wrong,
I did
but I
hear
don't
it
care.
the next day after the first time I heard it in a coffee shop, but I think that was just Vader Meinhof. I was still surprised to hear it in public, though.
Yeah, this song is bad. It might be my least favorite. I mean, when your song is worse than the Florida Georgia Line song, like you are really like up to no good. But I think we've exhausted the discussion. Let's get into number 7. Alex, did you want to lead on this one? Apparently.
Okay, so motherfuckers on the street are always asking me, Alex, is Cardi B real? And the thing about Cardi B is that she actually just doesn't exist. She is not real. And in light of this knowledge, I have chosen to instead listen to Concerning the UFO Sighting Near Highland, Illinois by beloved folk singer-songwriter Sufjan Stevens. I have been very contented by this decision, and I hope that in the future you choose to listen to it or a similar song instead of non-existent music written by a non-existent transphobic artist.
Yeah, I can't believe Bodak Yellow was all the Mandela effect. Let's make that song up for a summer.
Jesus Christ. I want to say let's move on, but I feel like there's just so much. Like,
I mean, yeah,
I won't have anything to say because I actually did listen to Concerning the UFO Sighting Near Highland, Illinois.
Every time you put on Illinois, you just hear those. I mean, that shit ruins me. One time I was at like a dumb music thing at college, and someone played a song that sampled that, and I was like, oh my god, they're playing concerning the UFO sightings. And I was like, I'll lose my mind. And then it turned out not to be it, and I said, this is really disappointing.
Pitchfork just released liner notes on Illinois.
Which
it's a good one.
It is.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
I learned some things. Although he mispronounced Kashmir Pulaski Day, which is disappointing.
Again,
one of those non-points.
Although there was no mention of the 20-second interlude that mentions the town I live in, that's very rude of them to not mention that. It's the Great Godfrey Maze, alright? I live like 2 miles from it.
I never even put 2 and 2 together with that.
It's actually a very cool maze. I went there as a kid a lot. It was nice and cool. But number 6. I mean, there's like I want to get mad. I want to yell, but like I'm not. It's not my place. It's not my place.
I mean, okay, it's my place. So here's what I'll say. Cardi B is a massive transphobe. Shame on music publications for continuing to promote her. Like absolutely 100% knowing full well she's a massive transphobe. Thanks for that one. I hope one of you takes a stand.
Cardi B has had a lot of problems, and like they've gone very unnoticed, and she has not really apologized for any of them, and just been defensive every time she's gotten called out. Because she doesn't care.
And
she doesn't have to. She has an immunity at this point.
Her not caring is seen as a sign of like Wow, that's so cool.
It's not even that. It's that she's so like commercially invincible at this point that like she does not have to be accountable for anything. Which did not have to be the case, but here we are. We should really get to number 6.
Yeah, it's just general. I know. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
It's just a problem that like I think
By Lil Baby and Drake.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We'll get to it. I'm sorry. I want to talk about. I do want to talk about the song, but number 6. Yes, Lil Baby featuring Drake. Yes, indeed.
So is this the response to the story of a Die Done?
No. Sure. Honestly, sure. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, why not?
Cool.
So this is one of 3 Drake songs that we have to talk about on this episode.
Wow.
Which is again, it's insane that like a few years ago he could not get a number 1 song on the Billboard Hot 100, and then like this year he replaced himself as the number 1 on the Billboard charts. Like that is like kind of, it definitely shows how much streaming like has really changed how Billboard works and whatnot. But this song is good. I like it. It is nice. It is fun. And where, bitch, I'm Little Baby. Like that is a great line. I love it.
For some reason, I kind of just assumed that this song would be bad, but like I wasn't correct on that. It's really enjoyable. Drake's flow and verse is very enjoyable, and like I don't know. I like Lil Baby's performance until I don't. Like, there's just a point where, like, he totally loses me, and then the song keeps going for another full minute, and I've been very confused by that.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like just to piss off nerds, I'm gonna just say I like Little Baby just because it'll piss off nerds, and it's fun to do that.
I appreciate.
Wait, are you saying you wait? Hold on. Wait, are you saying that you don't like Drake's Baby?
No, I'm not Drake. Okay, I'm not Drake himself. Okay, I'm not. So I don't know Drake's. I did not know Drake's Baby. I have no stance on Drake's Baby other than he should stop being a deadbeat motherfucker, and he should quit playing Border Patrol. But
Boom.
there we go. Number 5. Oh boy.
Oh wait. I'm
this
excited.
is gonna be problematic for us
This is
because I have absolutely nothing but vitriol for this song, and Jeremiah loves it.
It's so good.
Okay.
Every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah.
Okay. It is Zed, Maren Morris, and Gray, the middle. And this is the real dividing line for this episode. Not only because it is number 5, square in the middle of the charts, or square in the middle of the top 10, but it is also in the fact that Jeremiah and I like this song, and Lily and Alex do not like this song at all.
It's also
I
just
never
like
said
the
I didn't
best
like
song.
it. I have nuanced
today.
opinions about this song.
Okay, so here's some context. This is the only song that's in the top 10 that they play on 97.1 Wash FM. Which, by the way, I'm convinced that Pink has a deal with iHeartRadio because they never stop playing Pink songs. I didn't even know there were this many Pink songs. You know, you hear one every hour. Like, this, is this real? You know. Anyways, sorry. They play the middle. Every time I hear it, I'm like, wow, this isn't a Pink song, and I'm really enjoying it. Why don't you just meet me in the middle? And I'm like, yeah, I'll meet you in the middle.
All right, Jeremiah has made his point. Alex, counterpoint.
The vocals are shouty in a grating, bad way. The beat is awful. It does a lot, but still sounds generic and forgettable. The stop-start of the chorus is so fucking annoying and really takes me out of it. And ultimately, the catchiness of this song feels like some great ironic cruelty, like I am the protagonist in a Greek tragedy. That's all I have to say.
All right, counterpoint.
Wait, no.
Counterpoint.
Okay. All right.
I disagree with everything you said.
I know you do.
I think that the production, at least from what I can hear, from far away from the song, on a tinny little like CD player radio from like 2005 or something, from like far in the back of the building. It's very minimal. You know, it's
Okay,
very reserved. Like I just.
Yeah, Jeremiah, I
Part of
know.
this might be influenced by the fact that I might not actually be hearing the full song, like in all of its glory. But when I hear it, it almost sounds like it's a cappella. And I'm like, no one's taking this like this. And it's going on, and like it's great. Also, it's not notably, it's not Uptown Girl by fucking Billy Joel, which is a huge plus for it. Just by not being that song, you gain so many points. And I just really think the risk-taking song pays off and bangs.
Jeremiah is falling into the void as he defends this song. It sounds like
Understandably so.
So okay, Lily, counterpoint.
Zed is a curious situation because, as I mentioned in the chat last week, he is like a fascinating, like god-tier talented producer and songwriter who does all kinds of crazy shit that is totally outside the box, but somehow manages to still be within the box of these very boring, very generic, like EDM-tinged pop songs. Like, somehow Zed has had every good idea that is translated to no good ideas. It's so bizarre. Like, if this dude tried to be Nils Fromm, everyone would, like, lose it over him. But instead he's just doing this, which I find very strange. At the same time, this song's not bad as a result of that. Like, I think it's well written. I think it's perfectly enjoyable enough. It also doesn't, like, grab me. I think this song falls in the same category, which a lot of the chart falls into right now, of, like, you know, the Ariana song and Boot Up, of just, like, respectably uninteresting. Like, I can't say it's bad or, like, not good or poorly executed. It just does not translate to, like, any meaningful impact for me. It's a weird little middle ground the charts are in right now. It's very strange. I also just want to say about the little baby song, can we note the fact that, like, a 2-minute rap song with no chorus is in the top 10, which is a unbelievable fact for anyone still living in 2012. Like,
I mean, there is a chorus, but
bizarre.
There is a chorus, but it melds like right into the verses. That it's just not
What
really.
What is the chorus? Is it "I'm little baby wah wah"?
No, it comes after "Wow Wow, bitch, I'm little baby." It's what comes after that.
Yeah,
but it's so seamless that it doesn't seem like there's a chorus. You know, it just seems like.
So is the chorus? My name is Drake. I'm hiding a child, and I'm not paying child support.
Okay, we
As
will.
an aside, today, reading the top 10 and seeing that the middle is on it is the first time I learned that the song is by Zed.
reasonable.
I just assumed it was by the lady who sings on it. I didn't know who it was, and I was like, "Please don't be a Pink song." That was
I had no idea this whole time.
no, I didn't.
Okay, let me. Okay. It's my turn. Okay, it's my turn. I like this song, and I hate to admit it that I like this song, but it is an earworm. It's good pop. Although I will. Here's the thing: are Lily and Alex wrong? No, y'all are absolutely not wrong in your opinions about this song. It is. I don't like using the term guilty pleasure at this point, but it is a slight guilty pleasure in that I know it's just like a super generic pop song, but it is everything that it could do good, it does good. Like, as I mentioned earlier with the whole Baby Rexha sort of switching markets, because Maren Morris is a country singer. Like, that's what she had been doing up until
Wait,
this song.
really?
Yeah, she's a country singer. And
Well, that's sweet. I have even more profound respect for this song.
and she was on the episode of Saturday Night Live that John Cena hosted. Don't ask me how I know these things. Shut up. But
And you watched that episode, presumably?
I did. Shut up.
It's not a big deal. That's fine. You can watch
I
SNL
support
with John Cena.
Cena. There's nothing wrong with
No, I love John
liking
Cena.
John
No,
Cena.
okay.
I mean, there's more things. All right, hold on, Matty.
We'll eventually discuss.
If you're hiding a child, I'll judge you. If you like John Cena,
I love John Cena. I love him.
I know exactly.
We'll probably
do. Be ashamed about it.
We'll probably do an episode if whenever we do another episode of Slam Me Horror Daddy. I want to do one on Total Divas eventually because John Cena is so fucking weird. Like he's so weird.
Like how many suits?
I got 55 suits.
John.
Okay, but back to the song. It is Maren Morris again, country singer. Originally, like, here's the thing: like, there was like a New York Times piece about this song where Maren Morris was like not the original singer for the song. Like, she wasn't supposed to be. Like, they had like 5 or 6 singers that they wanted on the song. Like, originally they wanted Demi Lovato, but she was kind of doing her own thing, and so she didn't want to do the song. They were going to get Camila Cabello to be on the song, but she was already pushing other singles. Like Havana was like blowing up at the time, and so she was like, I don't really want to have like 2 of my songs competing with each other. So I guess they just got Maren Morris. It was like, do you want to be on the song? And she was like, okay. And the funny thing about the song is that there's no traces of her being like a country singer. Like it's just like, oh, like generic female pop singer. And it works somehow still anyways, because I do think she shows like enough like general personality traits, not unique personality traits, but like general personality traits that makes the song just work. And as you mentioned, like Zed is just like, there's a lot of like really nice details to the song. I like the clock ticking. I think the way the song builds and sort of breaks down at times is really nice. I like some of the vocal melodies. It is a perfectly crafted pop song, and that's my word. Todd in the Show said a really good video on this song a few weeks ago that I'd recommend watching.
Yes, I was just about to plug that. Also, a final note that I learned about Zed in watching the music video for this song is that YouTube has the playing near you feature underneath the videos now. And through that, I learned that in July, Zed will be in Chicago headlining the Nickelodeon Slime Fest, which I immediately Googled. And according to the first sentence of the Wikipedia page, I quote, Slime Fest has seen success around the globe as a slime-filled, multi-platform music and entertainment event. Which I will say, a slime-filled, multi-platform music event is exactly what I aspire to be in my daily life.
Oh, by the way, did you guys know that Zed's like deaf in one ear?
I might have.
I think
Wow.
I don't know what.
Beethoven.
Jesus Christ! Oh shit! We should probably mention. Did we mention on the last episode? Oh yeah, we did mention. But You're Bringing Me Down's GoFundMe on the last episode. But yeah, again. If you can find that link, go support. But You're Bringing Me Down, aka David, good friend of the pod. But we've talked about the middle enough. No more words. I think
you mentioned Camila Cabello. I can't stop thinking about Havana.
Havana's a good song. We talked about it in the last episode, but it's a good.
I know
it's a good song.
But it's so good.
Okay, let's get into number 4. We talked about this on the podcast a few weeks ago when it came out, but hey, it's been a few weeks. I think we have some hindsight now. The new Childish Gambino song, "This Is America," which was number 1 like 2 weeks ago and has now fallen to number 4 on the charts, which is not shocking. It's a song that like it's going to be big on YouTube, it's going to be big on streaming, but when it comes to like radio, like they're not going to want to touch it. So the fact that it's doing as well as it is like kind of shocking. But this is a really good song. I like it a lot still.
I disagree.
Ooh.
I like it a lot too. I have a lot of fondness for this song.
I've listened to it a few times actually, which is like surprising. Right? It's rare that I actually like listen to a song more than once if it's not on 97.1 Watch It. But it's the first time I heard it, I was like, I overheard it, like someone watching it, and I was like, what? And then I watched it, and I was like, huh? And then I listened to it without the context of the video, and I was like, it's a fine song. It's passable. Like, you could put it on at a party, and I'd be like, yeah, this is America, yeah. But like, I just don't. It's just boring. It's like this like weird. It's just not a Migos, but like, you're not Migos. You're
Jeremiah is now falling into the void, insulting "This Is America."
He's in the sunken place now. All right, to keep the theme, to keep up.
Been swallowed by the
just-
discourse.
I just don't get. I mean, like, I get that there's like a lot of stuff going on. The music video is sweet. I think the music video is awesome. But I mean, the song is just boring.
I
I feel
mean,
like I've heard it millions of times.
It doesn't do a lot, but I don't feel like it has to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I enjoy it a lot.
I mean, I think also. Oh, actually, hold on. Part of that, the context of that part of it is that it's got so much hype, and so there's a little bit of me that was like that feels like it's overrated. And so I think if you were to put the song on, like for example, if this song were by Post Malone, I'd be like, yeah, this is fine. But I don't know. That sounds really loaded. That sounds really
It sure
hard.
does.
Can we talk about how awful the "This Is America" video would have been if Post Malone played Donald Glover's part?
Like,
You guys laugh at me.
Oh my god!
Jeremiah, like,
Is this white dude
Okay, I wasn't.
who looks like Post Malone does?
All right.
we gotta. Okay, let's get back on. Okay, let's just ignore that Jeremiah said that. Like that comment is like, oh crap, he was in the void. Okay, I understand. I understand what you mean. But this song is boring because it doesn't really do a whole lot. It is like kind of repetitive, you know. Like there isn't really that much to it. But like the video helps.
That thematically works and is kind of like important to like the few lines he says actually coming across and making their point.
I think there's enough in the subtext and there's enough in his delivery and the production and all the albums and whatnot that I think, okay, like even without the video, it does paint a decent picture of like what he's trying to achieve. So I think it's good. It's good to see him like have some real chart success. It's good.
All right, actually, here's another thing I'll say. It's way better than anything on what's that dumb album called?
Jeremiah thought "Awaken My Love" was laughably comically bad.
I'm
not
Which
wrong.
I think
He's
is
not-
just inherently wrong.
He's
but
not wrong. He's not wrong. He's not.
no.
I mean, Redbone still does make me laugh out loud every time I hear it. Redbone's a good song. But every time I hear Redbone, I just like my brother. I'll walk in the house. My brother's like playing. It's like boom, 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 and I lose it. Anyway,
Gross.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lily, any thoughts?
Again, that this highlights just like how bizarre the charts are right now, and that things either fall into like the category of totally boring or like fascinatingly weird. Not that there's anything like strange about this is America on its own, and I think it's a very interesting song in terms of like what it's trying to do. But the fact that this is in like the top 5 or even hit number 1 or like has been at the charts at all for multiple weeks is phenomenally bizarre. Like, this is not a song for the charts, and yet here it is. And maybe that's due to like the change in consumption methods and the change in like chart measurement, but still, like, if you played me this song 5 years ago and told me it was going to be a number 1 hit, like, I would not believe you whatsoever. Like, its presence here is super, super interesting. I don't have all that much to say about the song itself that we haven't covered on like previous episodes, but again, it really highlights this strange sort of like split state the charts are in right now.
Yeah, like if there's one thing, like if we talked about like more of the Hot 100, the Hot 100 is fucking weird right now. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's strange.
Todd brought up on the Maren Morris Baby Rex episode he did, but like all the big pop stars that like we grew up with, like they're not they just don't have a presence anymore on the charts. Like Lady Gaga, she's beyond the charts at this point pretty much. Like she's Lady fucking Gaga. She can do whatever the fuck she wants at this point. Beyonce has been past the charts for some time now. She doesn't need them anymore. Katy Perry, obviously last year her album and whole rollout just completely flopped, and it was kind of incredible to watch, if I'm being honest. It was kind of like it was satisfying in a way, and I feel kind of mean about it. But
can we talk about how I Kissed a Girl is an amazing song?
Problematic, but it is good.
Counterpoint: Teenage Dream is one of the best pop songs of the decade.
Jeremiah's not wrong. He's not wrong. Teenage Dream is incredible. Or like, and then obviously Taylor Swift, like, she kind of flopped in a way too. I mean, it's Taylor Swift. She still sold like 1 million first week, so. But in terms of chart presence, like, she only really had one song make a presence on the charts, and like it kind of collapsed very quickly once people found out that, oh my god, this song is fucking terrible. Why are we letting this be number one? and then her whole rollout failed because she tried playing into her public persona a bit more, and just was like, no, like, no.
You know, I've never thought about how problematic I Kissed a Girl was before.
Oh my god, really?
It's seriously never occurred to me, because when it came out, I was just, like, too young to understand. And, like, since then it's just been like, oh, that's I Kissed a Girl. And, like, I haven't, like, listened to it since I was, like, 15, but I was just, like, the melody popped into my head the other day, and I was like, yeah, that was a good pop song, but hot fucking damn is that bad.
I mean,
I can't believe that didn't occur to you, even, like, with all the girls' discourse that's been going on. Because, like, that got brought up as a major, like, reference point for that song not working.
And then also, like, the song she had before that was You're So Gay and You Don't Even Like Boys, which is also...
See,
I haven't heard that song.
It was like one of her early songs.
That when I first heard I Kissed a Girl, it came on the radio and they said, this is the new song by Katy Perry. And I thought that it was like K.T.
Oh, like Katie Tunstall?
Like the guy, and so I was like, oh, I Kissed a Girl. I don't see what makes this so special. And then when I learned it was Katy Perry, I thought it was like really like revolutionary. I was like, wow.
Like,
how old were we? Like, I was like 5? No.
It came out
I was like 12 or 13. I was like, oh, this is revolutionary.
We were like middle school age.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and I haven't actually like listened to the song and like, thought about it. So in my head, I was always kind of like, this song is revolutionary, but it might not be. You know, it really might not be.
No, the chorus is so bad. Now that it's been pointed out to me, like, holy shit.
Okay, I've mentioned this in the podcast before about the song.
It's so trivializing.
But, like...
It really is.
And it feeds into, like, awful stereotypes about, like... Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it really does.
Another interesting fact about I Kissed a Girl is that it was originally pushed as an alternative song. Like, it was originally pushed to the alternative stations and the alternative market. Like, she was
Katy Perry played the Warped Tour in 2008.
Exactly.
I just want to put that fact out there.
Yeah, Vans Warped Tour. She was on Vans Warped Tour. Which is... It's so bizarre, like, thinking about that nowadays. Because, like, not even, like, a year... I mean, even, like, at the time, in 2009, like, she was already, like, becoming, like, a big deal on the pop charts. You know? Like, it was just... Here's, like... It was sort of... Here's how the strategy works with alternative at this point. Like, there's stuff that is, like, strictly alternative. But, like, you could tell that most of the bands that are on the alternative charts... Like, they want to break through to the pop charts, you know, like, they want to have a breakthrough, and they don't have to worry about, you know, appealing to the alternative market, and they can just go full-blown pop, or whatever. And there's a lot of bands that have had a lot of success just, like, crossing over, or just completely selling out. Like, Imagine Dragons, who, thank God, we're not talking about on this episode.
Which I'm upset about. I'm upset that Thunder isn't even on
just a young gun.
All right, I've actually changed my opinions on that song pretty dramatically. I think it's actually good.
Oh boy,
we're not even gonna open.
And then Lord was originally pushed as alternative, and then obviously, you know, But anyways, hey, okay, we have.
I feel like Lord kind of makes more sense in the alternative markets, and like that there is a lot of crossover there.
There is,
Yeah, for sure.
But I could go on about alternative radio all day and how much like it sucks now. Like it was never like that good, but like it's just in this weird like. Okay, number 3, Drake, God's Plan. Speaking of the song. Drake.
So sometimes you just enjoy something for no discernible reason, and now is one of those times for me.
Okay, valid.
Again.
So I've only ever heard this song once because Nate was like, "Hey, you've heard God's Plan, right?" Because he was showing me the song next one. And I said, "You know what? I don't think I have. I think my only exposure to God's Plan is the gif of Drake hugging the person who's not his baby, and also when he was on Fortnite with Ninja, and I think he res somebody, and they're like, "God's Plan, let's get it." So that was like the entirety of my knowledge of that song. That's all right.
I'm embarrassed to say that I watched that stream. Like I watched a lot of that stream.
It was probably entertaining.
It was entertaining. Like that's my current guilty pleasure is like watching Fortnite streamers because I play so much Fortnite and I want to get better at the game.
I mean, I tuned into one of those and I think it was TSM Myth, one of their designees. I was like, I just couldn't wrap my head around what was happening, and I was like, this game is crazy.
It is crazy.
He was just building stuff, and I was like, what?
It is, yeah. Like I could go on about all. Like I could.
All right, let's not talk about Fortnite.
We're not talking about too much. But again, if you want to play Fortnite with me, I'm Recon AG on Xbox. There's crossplay. Like if you have a PC, you can play with me. So that's
oh really?
Like literally, like there's so much crossplay.
All right, then I'll play with you guys. The next time you guys do a thing, I'll play with you.
Yeah, come play with us. But anyways, hey, God's Plan. This song, it's just, again, the whole Pusha T diss has changed the context of this song, and the song we'll talk about a bit later on. So much. Like, the song is about, like, you know, I only love, there's the line, of course, like, you know, she said, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I said, I only love my bed and my mom, I'm sorry. And it's just like, Drake... The
enormous like self-confidence of this song just now feels like someone like very smugly walking into like a wood chipper.
You are hiding a child. Like I can't. I know we discussed the Pusha T Drake with at length on the last podcast, but like I'm still thinking like. You are hiding a child. It will not escape my thoughts. It is just I cannot stop thinking about it. Like there's so much to that line, all right? Like the change delivery. Like he's not delivering it like a rap line. Like it is him like straight-faced, like dropping the whole Pusha T rap veneer, like dropping the coke raps for just a second to be like flat out Drake, you are hiding a child. Like it comes like there is such a different tone to that line than the rest of the song. It sticks out like a sore thumb, but like in the best way because it's like it's the line that you want to stand out the most. Like, oh my god. Okay, but this song it's boring. It's not boring in that like it's like hard to listen to. It's very listenable. It's a very listenable song. Like Drake is very good at making at the very least for the most part listenable songs. Like even his worst songs, I know I hated Views a lot, but at worst it was still like I could still listen to these songs. It was just like the occasional line would pop up where I'm like, where's Quentin Miller, Drake? Like can you bring him back? He was a good little filter, but God's Plan, let's get it. Again, what would happen if I never met the Broskis? All right, that is a line that I'll be thinking about for some time because really though, what if I never met the Broskis? And in my mind, maybe not for Drake because he's Drake and he probably surrounds himself with nothing but men because he's Drake. But Broskis to me is Broskis gender neutral.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, again, we've established that large adult son is a gender neutral term. Calling someone brother in a Hulk Hogan voice is gender neutral.
Yeah,
So
it's like the same concept as like dinosaur. Dinosaur is a gender neutral term. That's freaking awesome.
So, I mean, broskies, again, I'm maybe Lily. Is broskies a gender neutral term?
I have no idea. I don't think I've had that directed at me enough to know how to feel about it. I mean, it is kind of funny that it's like, listen, all the like masculine ways of referring to people are the default, as if that's not like the entire basis of sexism to begin with. Which I think is very funny. I don't know. I don't care. Say broskies. If someone asks you not to call them broski, then just don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Okay.
It's probably fine.
We've determined. So, broskies is not gender neutral, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, I guess. Jesus Christ.
It could get there. Again, I just haven't been saturated with it. I had to put up with his brother so much that I was like, for my sanity, it's gender neutral. But
I'm so
we'll
sorry.
see where this one goes.
Okay, number 2. Alex, you want to take this one?
So the song is Post Malone, Psycho, and my comment on it is as follows. So, is it safe to assume that Ty Dolla $ign's name should be pronounced as Ty Dollar Dollar? Because a dollar sign in use is generally read as dollar or dollars, and in his name, he has included a dollar sign in the spelling of dollar sign, so I'd assume that his name is pronounced Ty Dollar Dollar. Is that, like, a fair assessment? Or do you think that the dollar sign in dollar sign is actually supposed to be silent? Or should it be read as Ty Dolla $ign dollars because of how notation usually works?
I think that last one is most accurate, actually.
I've never thought about it like that before, and now I don't know if I'll be able to listen to "Impatient" by Jeremiah featuring Ty Dollar Dollar again without.
I mean, shit. What else is there to say? I mean, really, what else? I mean, okay, we were discussing this before we recorded the podcast. We're going to try not to talk about the song, honestly, because it's boring. It's boring.
Does Jeremiah want to talk about the video for a hot minute?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The video is cool. I watched the song and listened to the video. No. Other way around. I listened to the song and watched the video at the same time for the first time just a little while ago, and I enjoyed the song. I was like, this is what I expect from Post Malone. If I say, hey, Post Malone, give me music, I expect something like this. Have it on in the background while playing video games and feel like, wow, I am interesting. Like, you know, that's who Post Malone makes music for. And so I was like, yeah. But then the music video really caught me off guard because it's him riding around in this Mad Mask-esque hellscape with a really nice fit. He had like a bomber jacket and like a white t-shirt, but it was like zipped up, so you couldn't really tell he had a white t-shirt because, you know, like the common thing is to have the white t-shirt be out and about. But it was hidden away. I said, now this is the style. And then there was this weird carnivorous beast that looked like a wolf, but was clearly like animatronic.
Was it Post Malone?
It might, you know? You make a compelling argument. And then Ty Dolla $ign was a tank, and it didn't really look like Ty Dolla $ign. I don't know if it's actually Ty Dolla $ign. I'm gonna take your word for it. And then at the end, I tabbed. I wasn't watching the video, but I'm assuming like the conflict with the beast, with the flamethrower, came to a head, and then at the end, like after it ended, I heard like.
Oh, actually, I want to talk about that little ending segment. It's heinous. It's just like the blonde kid who's in the video for no reason. Just like staring at the camera, and then it zooms out to the wolf, and the wolf turns around and howls. Like it's nothing.
And then Post Malone chased the blonde kid.
I didn't even pick up on that detail of like the plot, if it can be called as such.
So you watched the video too?
Yeah.
So there's more of this.
I haven't watched the video, and I'm just gonna assume you guys are doing a bit because I don't want to believe that this video is real. I don't want to believe that
not watch the video.
Yeah. This again, Post Malone is a very he has made some comments about hip hop that are very troubling for someone that is, as of speaking, one of the biggest artists in hip hop right now. Like undeniably, like if we're talking about like, hey, on purely success alone, who is in the top 5, Post Malone is like very easily on that list. So it's very troubling for him to be like, oh yeah, you can't really be emotional in hip hop. You know, I'd rather just listen to like Bob Dylan or something like that, and that is kind of troubling. But this song is boring. For a song called Psycho, it's very no, I don't believe you for a second that you're going psycho, Post Malone. You seem like you're having a nice chill time with your Bud Light sponsorship, your turf bangs, and your shitty tattoos. You seem like you're having a nice time, all things considered. But if he's going psycho, I mean, he thinks he's going psycho. I mean, hey, I can't be too mad, but at the same time, I have a lot of disdain for Post Malone. Honestly, he kind of won me back for a very short moment, but like, nah. And also, he's friends with the bastard man known as Ethan Klein from H3H3, and he sucks. So by association, Post Malone sucks, and he already sucks by himself. So that's a double suck. All right, fuck.
He also named his album Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
I fucking hate Post Malone.
All I have to say about this song is that the Google search Post Malone accent racist !? Is currently a tab on the computer right now. It's fake, right? This has to be like, it's not good. It seems problematic. It seems fake. Like when I was watching the music video, like, and just putting that face to that accent, I was like, there's no way this guy doesn't sound like a Winklevoss in real life. That's how he probably talks.
You're not wrong. Like that's actually like pretty accurate.
I'm not totally sure I know what you guys are talking about, but this is probably because I didn't actually listen to this song.
I mean,
That's
it's Winklevoss. I mean, well, you've seen Social Network.
No, I knew that reference.
Okay.
I don't know about the accent you're referring to.
I mean, I can just really easily picture him going just like, I'm 5'6", 220, and there's one of me. Like, that's it. That was a very niche reference. There's
Right.
Jackson with the Social Network references when you need them.
Jackson wanted a breather. Jackson he's a very busy boy. He cannot attend this podcast, sadly. But also he's like, again, we have to savor. You know, you can't be on too many podcasts in a row. Sometimes you got to take a breather so people miss you. You know, I do not do this because everyone loves me, and no one ever wants me to leave the Indieheads podcast ever. Because I'm a perfect soft boy, and I'm infallible in every single way. I say this as I get beat up in the streets of Chicago by everyone in the Indieheads podcast Pitchfork Airbnb come this July. But number one is another Drake song. It is called "Nice for What."
Wait, I wasn't done talking about Post Malone.
Oh, you're not done?
No.
What? Oh God.
There is in Stratholme, Livingside, in World of Warcraft, there is a boss who you summon by opening up a lot of mailboxes. The Postmaster. His name is Postmaster, which is ostensibly a reference to Carl Malone, player.
Jeremiah, you're still in the void. Like you gotta again speak directly into the mic.
Wait,
Receding into the void, talking about Post Malone.
It's like you
Anyways,
you're like cutting in and out basically. Like your voice is like kind of like you start off like okay normal voice and then just like you're slowly fading back in and then fading back out. It's weird.
I understand now. Well, what I was gonna say is, but he's really not. I just kind of like assume that he's fine. I I don't know. He's not Lil Dicky, and I was like, he can't be that bad. He might be bad. I know I really didn't like him when White Iverson came out, and then I just like stopped caring.
The fact that you have to say he's not as bad as Lil Dicky, that's very much an indictment.
That's true.
And I'm very happy that we do not have to talk about the Lil Dicky song, as it's no longer in the top 10, and it's falling
So
off
a
the charts.
minute
Wait,
ago,
there was a Lil Dicky song in the top 10?
Yes, featuring Chris
Yeah.
Brown.
What the fuck?
It is.
Good times.
It is.
what
it-
an
it-
awful sentence. And next on the Billboard Top 10, Lil Dicky featuring Chris Brown.
Wait, you said Chris Brown. For some reason, I thought you said Chris Rock, and I was like, why is Chris Rock working with Lil Dicky? No, you said Chris Brown.
Okay, Jeremiah, like, it's the worst song that will probably be. It's the worst song that I've heard this year. It is so bad in so many different ways that it is unbelievable. Like, I don't think I could put words to describe how bad it is. It's just one of those songs you listen to it and you will be able to pick apart everything that you hate about it, like, right away. Like, it's Lil Dicky, who is bad on his own. He's a bad comedy rapper who, like,
Who's a racist?
who's a racist. But Chris Brown is singing through the perspective of Lil Dicky. Like, they switch bodies, basically, like Freaky Friday style, hence the song title. And so it's Chris Brown singing, but like if Lil Dicky was Chris Brown. And just, so think of like every terrible thing that Lil Dicky could say while pretending to be Chris Brown.
That is the most cursed thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's move on.
I luckily have had the pleasure of not hearing this song.
It is, okay, but number one, Drake, Nice for What? As I mentioned, Drake, you're hiding a child! You're hiding a fucking child!
So
Yeah, it's a little different now. It's a little different.
I enjoy this song, but it's because Drake sounds confident and charismatic and like he's having fun and not hiding a child.
But you know he is, so it's like,
Yeah, I
is the
know.
fun real,
Now
Drake?
that I know he is, it's a little different.
Also, is the feminism real? That's the major issue. Is you know,
I don't really know the lyrics. Does he try to like?
Oh, it's like a female empowerment song, which was like a big part of Push's angle, like coming after him with this. It's just like you're just like making yourself like out to have this like I respect women public image, just to like benefit yourself. You're not actually like living up to it.
Yeah, I mean, assuredly, Drake's lyrical history proves that this is like either he's really turned a new leaf, or it's very self-serving.
I mean, it's just posturing, but God, it would have been fun posturing at least. Like I would have loved this song 3 weeks ago. I'm sad I only heard it the day after Story of Adidon. It was not the same.
Yeah, Nate played it for me around, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, and I enjoyed it. It reminded me in production of Feel No Ways. I haven't listened to the song since, so I don't know if that's actually true, if I was... But, yeah, no. Jake's hiding a child.
He's
I'm a
hiding.
child.
He is
He's
hiding.
hiding a child.
He's hiding a child. His father left him when he was young, and so he's repeating a cycle of fatherlessness. And his friend is dying. His friend is dying of multiple sclerosis, and Pusha T laughs in his face about it. Okay, but talking about the song, like I said, before the Pusha T beef, this was a good, nice song. It's some of the best production Drake has been on in a hot minute. The Lauryn Hill sample is great.
Oh, yeah, that's right, there's a Lauryn Hill sample in it. Yeah, that shit rocks.
It is, like, here's the thing, it's Drake, so, like, he's making, like, him trying to make, like, a kind of feminist anthem, and that's such a cursed statement I just made.
It's what it is, though. Like that's the facts.
It is simultaneously the least and most self-aware song that Drake has ever made. Essentially, it's like Drake, who for many years has made songs about being an entitled male, but not like being aware of it. Here's him
The
being
woman
like,
that I would try. Happy with a good guy. But my name's Drake, and I don't respect women. Harvey's room. Thank you.
Okay.
I
There
mean,
we
hey,
go.
I think that's all. I mean, that's only that is all that needs to be said. I kind of I do wonder because the chart the data was tracked like kind of around the time that Duppy Freestyle came out, and like maybe like Story, I don't think it came either did not come out yet, or like it had just come out like when this data for this chart was being tracked. So I'm very interested to see like next week how it really impacts the charts, like if Drake's songs either fall or like just gain in speed. So we will have to see. But let us now discuss. Okay, before we get into everyone state your favorite and your least favorite song in the top 10, and then after that, your favorite song overall on the Hot 100. So I will start off because I think some of y'all still need some time to kind of think about it, but I have all my answers very clear. Worst song on the charts. This is tough because there's a lot of bad songs like this week, but it's got to be "Boot Up" by LMI. Just for triggering like some like 2013, 2014 rap forum PTSD that I've buried very deep inside my psyche that was unleashed within finding out that DJ Mustard produced this. So, and also just for being the most boring song on the chart. So, and then my favorite, I'm gonna go with "This Is America," honestly. Like, I'm still digging that track a lot, but honorable mention to "No Tears Left to Cry." That is it is a bop. My wig has been snatched, and Ariana is queen. So yeah, and then my favorite song in the Hot 100 overall. Actually, we'll save that. We'll do that after everyone goes to the top 10, and then we'll kind of go through the Hot 100 overall. So, hot seat on Alex. Have you decided?
So we're just talking about top 10 right now.
Top 10, and then we'll get into Hot 100, like our favorite.
Okay, so my favorite song on the top 10 is definitely "No Tears Left to Cry." I do like "This Is America" a whole lot, but like kind of I do feel like the video really makes it for me, and like as a song it's fantastic, but like it's just not the full experience as just the song. And "No Tears Left to Cry" is amazing. And my least favorite song on the top 10 is probably "The Middle." It's either "The Middle" or like it's the middle, but honorable mention to "Boot Up."
Okay, Lily.
God, this is tough. I wish I lived in the 3 weeks ago universe where "Nice for What" could have been at number one. I wish I'd gotten on board with that song like long enough to enjoy it just on a pure level before, the knowledge dropped. So I think I have to by default go to "No Tears Left to Cry" based off just like the rest of this. I mean, like, I don't know. I know I was hard on it at first, but it's still a decent song. And, like, it does show promise in terms of, like, I want to know what, like, Daenerys Targaryen Ariana has for us next. It does make me want to hear the album. The worst is "Boot Up." It's just so boring and bad. It's not fun. I don't like it. I don't like it.
All right, Jeremiah.
All right, I'm gonna keep this brief. I think "The Middle" is probably my favorite song, and there are a lot of songs that I didn't listen to that seems like the consensus is that they're bad. And so I think it's like safe to say that I don't know any of the songs that you know what, I'm gonna go with the Florida Georgia Line one because
that's
a
really
cursed
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a curse.
Because not even knowing that they invented Bro Country, you just can tell that's a cursed name, right? But they also invented Bro Country. Get them out of here. I'm done.
Apparently, Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson are dating.
You're just learning this?
You're just not
Yeah.
Who's Pete Davidson?
He's on SNL.
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 Oh. Interesting.
But,
Did he
like,
already get like her tattooed on him?
Yes.
Yep.
That's a borderline personality disorder. Not to insult Pete Davidson, because again, it's just like that's just kind of why. Because Pete Davidson's a good.
Didn't he actually say that he has BPD?
Oh yeah, no, he does. Yeah. I mean, he talks,
in his special.
Yeah, and like he's just generally had like a very sad and tragic life. Like his dad was one of the first responders to 9/11 who died, and
Oh shit.
yeah, like again, borderline personality disorder.
It's from Staten Island.
Well, it also has a horrible Hillary Clinton tattoo that is just like embarrassing. But okay, okay. Favorite song in the Hot 100.
All right, so because I was last for the first part, I'm gonna lead off here.
Go ahead.
It's "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran.
No.
Yep, no, yeah,
No.
I love that song.
No.
You can't change my mind.
I.
In fact, I'll even phone a friend.
Oh,
Hold on, we're phoning a friend on this one.
no.
Are you bringing Kasha in?
Kasha, where are you?
Oh, Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Excited to have Kasha on the Indieheads podcast.
She was on the Pitchfork podcast, technically.
What are your thoughts on the song "Perfect" by Ed Sheeran?
Brushing my teeth.
Wait, what?
All right,
Brushing.
You heard it. You heard it here first. She's brushing her teeth, and it's one of the best songs ever made.
Hi, Kasha.
Bye.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ. Okay. We're gonna disregard what Jeremiah said. Okay, since we're going into ascending order, Lily.
Ah, God.
Just say a Pusha T song. You know that's.
I'm
what-
honestly gonna say "Fake Love." Like my heart is going "Fake Love." My brain, that is like a little more self-conscious, wants to go with "Call Out My Name," from that good Weekend album that dropped in 2018. I don't know. I like "Fake Love." I don't know how I feel about it, but I like it. It's a nice song that makes me feel nice. I'll go think about that for a while.
Alex.
So, as threatened, my favorite song on the Billboard Hot 100 is "I Lived It" by Blake Shelton.
Jesus Christ! God damn it. Alex, I told you if you pick this, I was going to kick you off the podcast, and you are now officially fired from the Indieheads podcast. Goodbye. Get out of here. But seriously, what is your
Yo,
pick?
let me
Shoot.
tell you something. Things are not looking perfect for Alex tonight. Out of that one. Oh boy.
God damn it.
My actual favorite song on the Hot 100 is, I guess, honestly, probably still "No Tears Left to Cry." It's either that or "If You Know, You Know" by Pusha T.
Respectable take. Someone had to just do it and say Pusha T, and it is you. It's got to be you. Oh my God, you're hiding a child. My God, ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. But my favorite song on the Hot 100, and one that is a little shocking. I mean, well, not that shocking, because this is the man who who helped make Slide after all. But the new Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa track, "One Kiss," is really fucking good. I love it. It's really great, like throwback Euro pop electronic stuff, and it works. Dua Lipa is really damn good, apparently, as I've learned from like the 2 or 3 songs I've heard from her. And Calvin Harris has somehow won his way back into my heart. And because I mean, a couple of years ago, that dude was terrible. Like, he was putting out some of the worst fucking songs like on the charts, and now he's like really good. And I'm like still very disgusted by this situation, but. I guess a little honorable mention. I'm gonna look through the charts again really quick. I will say it. Charlie Puth featuring Kalani, "Done For Me." I listened to it once or twice. It's a very good song, and I have not. I listened to Voice Notes like once, and it is it's not as good as I hoped it'd be. Like, I kind of wanted to like it a lot more, just to be like, just for being a contrarian. For contrarian's sake, to like that album a lot, but it doesn't really real stinkers on that album, but yeah, Done For Me, Charlie Puth featuring Kalani is, from I Remember, is a very good song, and I will leave it at that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Hopefully, we've got a couple albums to talk about in the coming weeks. Snail Mail drops this Friday, and I'm gonna flip some shit while listening to it, brother. But
look out for my upcoming return as a member of the Indieheads podcast.
Yes, Alex. I'm very happy to announce that Alex has been rehired onto the Indieheads podcast after firing him just 3 minutes ago. He is now reinstated. So I'm very welcome back, Alex.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here once more.
Again, how did you enjoy your vacation from the Indieheads podcast?
I spent most of it talking to you. So could have been worse, but could have been better for sure.
Yo. I am infallible. I am a perfect soft boy. And I will not let you guys take my ass out to the streets of Chicago and beat me up in the streets. I will not allow it. But, hey, hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. As I mentioned, again, hopefully we'll have more content on the way. Hopefully, we are thinking about, hopefully there'll be a new Indieheads retrospect soon. You don't hear me, you can't see me, but I'm giving some very mean side eye to Alex right now because, hey, man.
Jake and I are the scheduled next Indieheads retrospect Indieheads retrospect episode with a pink moon reflection. Look out for that coming to a theater near you sometime within the next decade.
Wow. Again, go off, King. True King shit right there. But again, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this week's podcast. We'll be back soon. Love y'all. Rest in peace to young King Dave once again. We will miss you forever. And folks, it's fucking nice out. Who's trying to chill and smoke some loud? You feel me? I got loud. Hit my line. Either DM me or hit my line, bro. I got that loud. I'm trying to smoke. We're gonna miss you, young King. Okay, bye, guys.
Rest in peace.
Have a great night, everybody.
Podcast done.